about 18 months ago, me and my brother had sort of finally persuaded my mum to go and see her GP about her memory, which we thought was getting worse and worse and worse. That then began the process of where my mum is today, which is in an EMI unit of a nursing home, of a care home. She'd been diagnosed by the memory service, by a doctor there. And she'd said to us both, you know, that there would be maybe 8 or 9 years, maybe 10 years before things would have to be dealt with in terms of no longer being independent, no longer living at home. The diagnosis we received from the professionals was completely at odds with the reality that we were experiencing. The decline was rapid, it was before our very eyes, and we really felt like there was a huge difference between the severity of the situation as we understood it and the kind of reality of the care that was being provided for her. And it's really hard in a 15-minute consultation to get any sense of the wider picture. Certainly we weren't spoken to individually to gain that full picture. And it began to kind of unravel, really. My brother spoke to another GP who really took positive steps and action and engaged the social services. And for a time, I suppose there was a stabilisation, but she started to decline really again. We were worried. She was becoming more and more confused. She didn't seem to be eating. We weren't sure that she was taking a medication. They were supposed to be visiting her 4 times a day. We weren't even sure that they were doing that. There were lots of gaps. We got a phone call saying that she collapsed, that she'd been found by the carer. The carer rang the ambulance. The ambulance driver got there, read the logbook, came to the conclusion that she wasn't being cared for properly and that it was a safeguarding issue and she should go to hospital in order to get the care that she needed, which was a real shock for my brother and I. I remember we went to see her in the hospital. She seemed more and more remote, but still our mother still full of happiness really and kindness, but increasingly edgy as well. Reflecting on it now, it's a bit concerning and no one was really speaking to me about what was actually happening in terms of the wider emotional impact. It was just being passed from one to the other. And I think when I went to see her in the hospital, she was being seen by a physiotherapist. Certainly never spoke to a medic about her condition. After a month, we were told to move her. We were told to find a care home for her. She had her assessment, which was kind of good in a sense because it gave us an actual chance to talk to someone about the situation. And the social workers listened and were lovely, and the nurse listened and was lovely and made the assessment and said that she was EMI, that she would have to go to a unit that was secure. And then we were pretty much told that she was blocking a bed, and we were told to find somewhere. We were given a list of care homes, and we did find somewhere in the end. But the problems continue really, in the sense that, well, she seems happy and she seems to have stabilised. It's lovely to see her smile and to see carers actually treating her with respect. Really, we still have had nothing from trying to find out about, for example, social workers, or trying to get someone to say, we're thinking about your mum, this is her case, these are the things that we can be doing for her. There's nothing, none of that. And it just would be nice to have some more support. It would be nice to have someone who knew all the different points of connection, who knew all the different agencies that drew it all together. Social workers are so hard pressed and you never feel like they actually know the person they're supposed to be helping. That feels a bit strange, and it feels like we don't really know what's going on. To see a 68-year-old woman, such intellect, such a joy for life, to be infantilised really in 2 years has been incredibly heartbreaking really. And there is no doubt in my mind that that negligence has caused rapid decline in her condition. You know, I think we deserve a bit better, we as a society really.